the numbers. A staggering 60% of American adults are overweight. In an effort to share healthy information, we here at PBS 39 launched a 6-month series encouraging some out-of-shape volunteers to shed the extra pounds and tone up. Right now, we take a closer look at the workout program they're following and check in to see the progress or setbacks they're encountering. Jeff Jericho has part 2 of our Better Body Challenge.
Waging war against her weight since she was 7, Helga Holterman accepted our Better Body Challenge. Raised in South Africa, the 35-year-old and her family moved to West Coastville last year and wants to get in shape for herself and her 3 children.
I have 3 kids. I want to be a good model for them. I want them to learn from the start what it is to eat correctly, how much you should eat, how often you should eat, and how important exercise is in your life. Something that I did not learn as a child.
When she started our challenge 3 months ago, Helga wanted to lose 30 pounds and tone. But as we'll find out, her battle with the bulge goes much deeper.
It took me a very long time to realize I have an eating disorder.
Our second volunteer, 30-year-old Carl Montanaro, hasn't done much exercising since injuries knocked him off the college football field 10 years ago. He gained weight and lost muscle tone.
My goals are just to be able to get back into shape where I can run for a little while and not have to stop and take a break in a minute or 2.
But will those old injuries prevent him from shedding pounds? We'll find out. But first, here's how the Better Body Challenge begins. Exercise physiologist and director of Peak Strength and Conditioning, Joe Arangio, develops a customized workout routine for each volunteer.
We're talking 2 to 3 days a week, 50 to 60 minutes, in and out, organized, efficient, to increase muscle tissue, decrease body fat, and have all these wonderful effects.
To complement the exercising, Helga and Carl also receive a lesson in nutrition from a registered dietitian. But let's focus on the workout. Nearly 400 people participate in the Peak program at the Lehigh Valley Racquetball and 24/7 fitness clubs. Helga and Carl begin with 20 minutes of cardiovascular training to strengthen the heart and lungs. Then it's off to the weight room.
More muscle tissue means when you're sleeping, you're going to burn more calories.
As part of the Better Body Challenge, Tempo and Peak are putting each of the volunteers on a customized weight training program based on their fitness level and experience. We're going to show you a typical 2-day workout program, but remember, the number of sets and repetitions changes each week. The exercises themselves change every 3 weeks to keep the muscles stimulated.
Day 1 begins with barbell squats.
Barbell squat is the king of all exercises. If you were to pick one exercise to do in the gym, it would be that one. Why? Because it trains about every single muscle in the body.
It focuses on the quads and hamstrings in the legs and muscles in the buttocks. Exercise 2, barbell hip extensions, work the hamstrings, tighten the glutes, and can help prevent low back problems in the future. Exercise 3, machine-prone leg curl, strengthens those hamstrings as well. Then we go lower. The seated calf flexion sculpts the muscles in the lower legs. Joe recommends using lower weight at higher reps and count to 3 before lowering. Exercises 5 and 6, hip adduction, works the muscles on the inside of the thigh, while the opposite exercise, the abduction, works the outside thighs. Exercise 7, barbell bicep curls, of course, pumps those guns. And the machine lat extension will help give you that V-shaped torso by building the latissimus muscles in the back and triceps in the upper arm. That wraps up workout number 1, which focused on the lower body, the back, and arms. Day 2 targets chest, shoulders, back, and arms again. It begins with a flat bench chest press that works the chest muscles and triceps, but is often performed wrong.
The problem is, when you touch the bar to your chest, you put excessive force and stress around the soft tissue of your rotator cuff. That can potentially lead to injury. The way we're seeing Chad do it today is he's elevating his arms, he's abducting his arms, and he's lowering the bar till his upper arm is parallel to the floor.
Next, standing scapular elevation, or shrugs, strengthen the muscles in the shoulders and the trapezius in the upper back. Then we're back to another chest press, this one slightly inclined.
When you change the technique, you change the angle, you change the weight, it's a new stimulus, a new stretch for the muscle, a new way to grow the muscle.
A barbell shoulder front press helps give you that broad shoulder look. It also targets the traps in the back and triceps. Next, the standing lat row strengthens the latissimus in the back and your biceps. And finally, we'll work those same muscles with a lat pull down. Within just 2 hours over 2 days, you work your entire body, building muscle and burning calories. And it's just not for the young and active.
Harvard Medical School did a great study showing the muscle building benefits of resistance training, just a 12-week program in elderly males, 60 to 70 years old. So we can really build muscle tissue at any age.
So how are Carl and Helga doing 3 months into the Tempo Better Body Challenge? Well, Carl's previous injuries have slowed him down, including a dislocated elbow.
For, 6 weeks or so, I wasn't allowed to do any movements with my right arm that involved my elbow.
But he's stuck with it, losing 12 pounds of the 25 he hopes to shed. His endurance is up, and he feels the muscle tone building.
My biggest changes I've seen across my chest start to firm up a lot, especially like right in here, especially this side after surgery and not working out for the last 10 years. This side's been real relaxed.
But Helga has a different story. Joining the Better Body Challenge has opened her eyes to a serious eating disorder.
I will be able to eat nothing at all for weeks on end, and then I'll go overboard and go the other way, becoming bulimic. There's the laxatives. It just depends on how bad I feel about myself at that moment.
She's sharing her story with Tempo to raise awareness of the disorders. It's something she's dealt with for years and just now has become determined enough to beat.
If I wouldn't have done the program with PBS, I would not have taken the steps and not have realized how serious my problems with nutrition were. And I would not have taken the steps to see an eating disorder specialist.
At this point, Helga hasn't lost weight. Her goals have changed. Right now, she wants to build what she calls a normal relationship with food.
When Tempo learned of Helga's eating disorder, we offered her the opportunity to back out of the Better Body Challenge. She declined, telling us she hopes others with this problem will watch her struggle through this and hopefully be inspired to help themselves. And so we'll continue to watch her progress. For Tempo, I'm Jeff Cherico reporting.